My name is Dennis Moroney. I am a food producer in a semi-arid desert landscape. I'm a rancher raising sheep and cattle in Cochise County, very close to the Mexican border. At somewhere between 28 and 32 months, in a perfect situation, we will take in 2 or 3 steers at a time to the University of Arizona Food Products and Safety Lab.
My name is Samuel Garcia. I am the Assistant Professor of Practice and Manager of the Food Products and Safety Lab. Right now we're doing 12 to 15 beef a week or so. There's some weeks that we do 80 beef or more, but overall in a year we'll probably do about 600 or so. We are one of 4 USDA inspected plants. I would say out of all our business, 40 to 50% is large scale, and then the rest would be small scale.
We have like almost as many dairy cows now, or more dairy cows than we do beef cows, you know. I mean, when you start talking small producers, you're typically cow-calf, you know. And although there are some larger cow-calf operations too, you know. So, I mean, you still have kind of the 80-20 rule where, you know, 20% are producing 80% of the calves. We have a slaughterhouse that's pretty much just focused on whole things, very, you know, predictable. Some would not say necessarily the best genetics for beef, but, you know, their qualities of their meat are very predictable since you have a very narrow genetics.
I think one of the biggest changes is certified Angus beef. You know, everyone's wanting to get that premium for selling those black Angus cattle. So a big change here in Arizona is that a lot of people are raising that type of animal. Sometimes they're not really suited for the environment down here, but they are getting a premium for the calves. Another big change is that we don't have a packing plant that is close to Arizona. So the feeders, anyone who's feeding cattle, grain-fed cattle, they have to ship to California, they have to ship to Utah or Texas, and California not that much, but mostly Texas and Utah to actually get animals harvested.
Much of Arizona is unsuitable for crop production, but it produces biomass. And often that biomass is grasses, shrubs, trees, cacti that happen to be edible by livestock.
Part of the advantage in beef in the sense that we're able to utilize a lot of the forage around the state that, you know, other animals can't necessarily utilize.
Frequently what we're doing is educating customers, often a lot of opportunity for discussion about the products. People are also interested in knowing how the cattle are raised, how we manage the ranch. I think our business is built around word of mouth and repeat customers. So we have a very loyal following of regular customers, and they regularly express how much they love the flavor, the tenderness, and the story behind the beef.
I know Dennis Moroney's a big proponent of educating everybody, and he does. If every rancher reached out to the public like he does, you know, we'd probably have more of an impact. Just face it, even if they have grass, if they can't have water anywhere, you know, then, you know, they're pretty limited on their options. I mean, you know, everybody talks about, well, you can forage bank, but I mean, if you don't have water, adequate water to go out there with it, you know, it doesn't do any good, you know. So, I mean, that's where I think the drought really, you know, becomes like a major risk for them.
A beef producer in Arizona always has that drought component. I think another challenge would be trade and just the labor shortage that we have in this country. You know, it's not really cost effective right now to raise cattle on a small scale for some people, right?
There's a segment out there that's really willing to pay a lot for, you know, whether it's grass-fed, you know, grown with organic methods, you know, produced locally. But there's a large population out there as well that are just looking for, what is, basically, I guess, like the most economical, the best deal.
I see more of a threat in an economic system that continually influences consumers to shop for the lowest possible price and ignore quality, and a political process that allows large corporate entities to influence the regulatory process that government oversees with regard to labeling. So we have meat being sold in big box stores that's labeled organic, or that's labeled grass-fed, or that's labeled all natural, and it's none of the above. What I do has tremendous job security because everybody I know eats. Every being I know eats, and on that basis, I think demand is always going to be there for the products that we produce.
Part of the challenge going forward, I think, is just going to be, I guess the disconnect maybe between the voters of the state, which are largely in the Metro Phoenix and Tucson area, and the rural livelihood of what's out there on the rangeland. What the future is it even grain-fed versus grass-fed? Is the consumer so hooked on grain-fed that they're not willing to move to more grass-fed like most other countries?
Being an optimist, I would say bright. I mean, we have to work with technology, work with the people who know how to use technology, and actually apply different ideas to the way we do things to keep it profitable.
I feel absolutely fortunate to have been able to spend my life this way because I love what I do, and I think it's really important, and I enjoy the heck out of it.